Spring Break Slush Slasher. So here we are looking at the Capita Spring Break Slush Slasher. Slush Slasher. That's kind of hard to say right now with a cold face. It's got a really fun flex. It's flat to rocker, but it's very poppy and energetic for its flex. And the setback on board seems tremendous. You know, I didn't measure this one, but I would easily venture like 10 inches, it seems like. It's just so far back. You know, I'm just super impressed with its size. It's the 51. It's just a little guy. And I was riding it with Adidas Samba, which haven't been the best for what I've been doing lately, the boards I've been riding them on. The Samba, especially this year, the 18 Samba, has a very soft, very freestyle oriented flex. And I've been riding it with a lot of different boards, mainly really like more aggressive freeride boards, and I could feel the lack of response on the toe side turn. Out of all of them, the Slush Slasher worked the best with the Samba. And you know, it still wasn't ideal. I'd much rather be in some more responsive boots, but it worked, and that was pretty cool. I'd also, you know, I loved pairing it up with the Atlas. That was a great pairing. It worked really well, and this board is just a super fast, super snappy for a flat to rocker, super fun, turny, slashy board. It really is like its name. The one drawback is the edge hold is just like not there. It's non-existent. Like, I went over an ice patch, the same ice patch that I go over with every board that I was going on this run with, and I rode 2 other boards today and a few boards yesterday, and I gotta say, I was kind of like surprised at how bad the edge hold was. It caught me off guard, and I actually slid onto my ass like a beginner and fell, and because it just went right out from underneath me. Didn't expect that at all, and I did it on purpose. I came in skidding to turn into the ice to see how it would hold compared to the other boards, but it just didn't hold. It didn't have it. So that's its one demerit, but other than that, it really is like, this is a board for soft powder and slush. That's it. You don't want to ride it in anything else. And it's fun to butter off the tail. You can actually get a little, you know, a little nose press if you want, and you can really surf this thing up. It really is a surfboard. It's just like, take the powder pill and just make it super short and slashy, and I felt like this 51 was a perfect match for my specs. I'm 5'10", 185, size 9 boot, and even though it's pretty wide, look at this. You can kind of see here, it's pretty wide past the binding. On both sides, there's a lot of space here, and then at the tail, there's even a ton of space here too. Wait for the focus. But I really liked it, and I found it to be a really fun board, and especially for the price. I mean, this is a great quiver board. This would be fun to have in most powder days even. This would be a great tree board. I had so much fun in the trees. It turned so quickly. It was almost fast even with these slow response Sambas, Adidas Sambas. If I had my Adidas Tactical ADV, there would be no tight spot I couldn't get through. It turned so quick, and it was just so fun to just dart in and out of trees. I just instantly, one run, the first run I took, I just instantly felt at home with this board. It took like 3 turns, and I'm like, I feel like I know you. And yeah, it didn't carve very well. It's not like a daily driver, but at this price, it's an excellent quiver board for those that want, like, you know, to take a short fatty out into the trees, or that want to really just get out there and slash slush in the spring and kind of surf it up. It's not really a carver. Carving didn't feel dynamic, and it's not a strong edge hold board, but what it's good for, it does very well, and I could easily recommend this as a board for to add to the quiver. You know, I think it's something like $399, $379, somewhere around there. You'll see the price down in the actual review. And I wish I could get this on table and talk about the specs more. I'm going to break out the tape measure real quick, because now I'm just curious about how far back on board this is. So I'll just look up here and talk to you real close. Let's do this real quick. Just want to see how much from nose to the binding. Get my tape measure here. Looking at about 23 and a half, and I'm not all the way set back, but there's one thing I should mention. Oh my God, 23 and a half and 11 and a half. So that's 12 and a half. That's 12 inches. Right? Yeah, 23 and a half and 11 and a half. That's 12 inches. So 12 inches back on board. I thought it was 10, so it's 12. And the one thing I'd say is I think there's only 4 inserts per 4x2 per binding, which is really small. But I could still get almost a 23-inch stance width. So you really can't set it back much further than that. But that was kind of about the reference stance. So there you have it. That is the Slush Lasher, and it is super fun. Well made, well done, great price point. Really, they really understood what this board was for, and they made it excel in the conditions that it's made for.